The named Huntsman assault rifle is one of the best new weapons introduced with the Battle for Brooklyn DLC. This named weapon is a Famas variant that rolls exclusively with the Perfect Frenzy talent. It's interesting to see this talent on an assault rifle because before the Brooklyn DLC was released, you could only apply the Frenzy talent to LMGs. Now that we have the perfect version of this talent on one of the highest DPS assault rifles in the game, I challenged myself to make a build that would maximize the efficiency of this talent. For every 8 bullets in your magazine, you gain 3% weapon damage and 3% rate of fire for 9 seconds whenever you reload from empty. The maximum number of bullets you can have in your Famas is 50, which means you can stack 18% weapon damage and 18% rate of fire for 9 seconds. But what if I told you can make this weapon even stronger by implementing the 3-piece Brazos brand set bonus, which extends your magazine size by 50%, allowing you to reach 75 rounds in your magazine. This changes things completely. It will add more sustained DPS to your build, which is perfect since you will also be using Striker's Gamble to increase your damage when you hit enemies, and once you reload from empty, you'll stack nearly 28% weapon damage and 28% rate of fire for 9 seconds with Perfect Frenzy. The key to making this build work is to always ensure you are emptying your magazine completely before reloading, otherwise you will never activate the talent. Use all 75 rounds in your magazine to increase your Striker's Gamble stacks and then reload for a massive damage and rate of fire buff. To obtain the Huntsman assault rifle, you will need to collect all 8 hunter masks from the Battle for Brooklyn DLC, which will also reward you with 8 keys that are required to open the weapon chest at the base of operations in Brooklyn. If you're looking for a complete guide on how to obtain all 8 masks and keys, I would recommend watching Gold's video. He did a fantastic job explaining step by step exactly what you need to do to find all 8 hunters in Brooklyn. His video is very detailed, so if you're looking for an easy guide to follow, I'll put a link to his video in the description below. If you're interested in more PvE builds, I would recommend watching my top 8 best PvE builds for Year 7 Season 1. It consists of 8 unique builds, all with their own playstyle, and will provide you with the most optimal weapons and gear in the Division 2. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Let's get started. The Gunner specialization remains one of the best specializations for PvE because it provides armor on kill and will give you access to the Banshee Pulse, which is one of the best skills for CC in the Division 2. Primary weapon on this build is the named Huntsman assault rifle with the Perfect Frenzy talent. You'll notice that I have 75 rounds in my magazine, and since this talent adds 3% weapon damage and 3% rate of fire for every 8 bullets in the magazine, you can achieve 28% weapon damage and 28% rate of fire for 9 seconds. Thanks to the Ninja Bike backpack, you'll be utilizing the 4-piece Striker's Gamble bonus. This means you need to stack weapon hits as quick as possible if you want to reach max Striker stacks. The easiest way to reach max stacks with Strikers is to use the Rock and Roll ACS-12 shotgun as your secondary. It has low damage but very high rate of fire, and after emptying a magazine or two, you'll reach max Striker stacks, which means maximum damage on your build, especially when you reload from empty with the Famas. The named Orbit pistol is one of the best sidearms in the game because it increases your crit chance and crit damage significantly when you swap from this weapon after a kill. For gear, we have 2-piece Brazos, 3-piece Strikers, and the exotic Ninja Bike backpack, which makes everything on this build possible. Personally, I like 3 armor cores in my builds for extra survivability. You are more than welcome to go all reds, or even add more armor cores if needed. It's all personal preference. The Ninja Bike backpack unlocks an extra brand set bonus for each piece of gear on the build, which means you only need a Brazos mask and holster to unlock extra skill haste, 1 skill tier, and 50% magazine capacity, allowing you to increase the damage of Perfect Frenzy on the Huntsman. For the mask, I have weapon damage and crits for the minor attributes. Your goal is to reach at least 50% crit chance on this build. The Striker's chest is unlocking an extra bonus on the build. On top of the weapon handling, rate of fire, and Striker's Gamble stacks you receive from the 4-piece set, you'll also have the Press the Advantage talent on the Striker's chest piece, which increases Striker's Gamble stacks from 100 to 200, allowing you to stack up to 130% extra weapon damage on the build. If you're going to use a second piece of Brazos, the named Picaro's holster is your best option because it rolls with 10% weapon damage and another minor attribute, essentially adding a blue core and a weapon core on the build with just 1 piece. The exotic Ninja Bike backpack is the reason you are able to unlock extra brand set bonuses. It is a must-have if you want this build to work correctly. And lastly, you'll use Striker's gloves and Striker's knee pads to complete the set. Skills may vary, but I like to use the Reviver Hive in case I get overwhelmed. You could also use the Crusader Shield for more protection. It's nice to have the Reviver Hive though, because you don't have to redo activities or start from a checkpoint during missions if you die. Also, the 2 skill tiers in this build that you are getting from Brazos and the Ninja Bike help tremendously with the efficiency of the Banshee Pulse. It increases its radius, range, and confuse duration, which is really nice. If you try this build, I encourage you to come back to the video and leave a comment below. If you're using a different setup for the Huntsman assault rifle, feel free to share your build below. I'm sure the community would appreciate it. I had an amazing exotic catalyst build ready for you guys, but ended up scrapping the entire video when I found out the mask's damage and status buffs were not working. I figured I would wait until the mask is fixed before I share the build. Either way, I have more videos on the way. If there's anything specific you want to see, please let me know in the comments below. Do you guys want to see some PvP content? I've really been itching to bring some PvP back to the channel, so I'm curious. Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. And if you don't want to miss any future content, make sure you subscribe and turn on those bell notifications. Thanks for watching, everyone.